Now, Gil, we know that elections are a serious thing, but you can't help see the humour in it from time to time.
Yeah.
So what has come out of these elections that people are most inclined to make a joke out of?
Well, as you mentioned, first, the Shin Bet, you know, the Shabak, the Israel security service, it warned Israel from foreign interference in the election. You know that. And actually, there is a foreign interference. It's coming from the U.S. Donald Trump is interfering with the election.
Giving Bibi everything he wants on a silver platter.
Actually, they are best friends. Bibi and Netanyahu, Bibi and Trump are besties, you know. Bibi went to visit Washington to celebrate the union. They became one person. Donald Yahoo, Trumpy Yahoo. You can call him.
They are BFFs. They're like a couple.
And this Donald Trumpy Yahoo guy, he handed us the gift, which is, us Israelis, very important, like the U.S. recognition of Israeli sovereignty in the Golan Heights. And it got Bibi into a dilemma because he said, Trump, Bibi, you can choose either one of the two. U.S. recognition or a box of cigars. And Bibi took a moment.
That would be a hard one for him.
Yeah, and he said because it's election time, he will take the U.S. recognition of their sovereignty, but he took a few cigars.
He just took a few along the way. Oh, how very kind of him to give up his cigars.
Yeah. And in the meantime, they slander Benny Gantz. You know, they say he's a Michigan, and from what I see, he's not such a good interviewer.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Apparently so. Now, Gil, another thing I want to talk about is this is a stressful time for most people here in Israel, and Israel is a stressful place. You and I both know that.
Israel is stressed? I didn't notice that.
So how does comedy, are people turning to comedy in order to relieve this?
Well, apparently there is stress in Israel. Let's begin with it. Like a week ago, walking in Tel Aviv to my comedy show, and suddenly I heard sirens and 2 missiles coming towards me. And I said, oh, these Hamas guys, they don't like my comedy show.
They didn't find you funny.
Yeah, and comedians like me have like a mission from God to take the stress out, you know?
Look, is there ever backlash? I mean, you've poked fun at, people can poke fun at politicians all the time, but do they actually care that they're the brunt of these jokes?
Yeah, from my experience, there are very few politicians that can take a blow. You know, most of them don't have like what we call elephant skin. They have like a skin of a singing bird, very thin. And they remember every grunt, every nod, every phrase that is made towards them, that they remember, and they hate you for this forever.
But they're happy to poke fun at each other.
Yeah, of course.
And also, like, being both a politician and a comedian at both the same time, which one's a tougher audience for you?
I'm like, I'm like a comedian, a comedian and a politician together. And it's tough. I think politician is a bit tougher because you have to promise things that you want fulfilled. You know?
You're both trying to please an audience in both.
Politician is a very difficult job.
GIL Kopatch, thank you so much for joining me in studio.
You're welcome.
We do have to go out for a quick break now, but don't go anywhere because when we get